Killers of the Flower Moon. I really like this movie, but I do want to talk about my experience watching this movie before I go and talk about the movie. So I was really tired, guys, and this is a really long movie. So don't blame me for this. I was watching it and I fell asleep for like literally just 5 minutes, and I woke up because I heard this. It's like this gunshot, and it scared the shit out of me, and I jumped in my chair. But what really irritated me, so this was actually a pretty packed showing for this movie, which I was really shocked about. But that's good news because Scorsese, you know, with stuff like the Irishman, he's been having trouble making the movies he wants to make, right? And so, but it was like it was very odd because it was 2:30 on a Thursday night. Surprised that there was this many people. Well, not Thursday night, in the Thursday afternoon. So I was like, okay. I went to that because I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go watch it real quick and then go home. Relatively at a decent hour and stuff. So that's what I did. Is I went to go do that, and I really enjoyed myself, right? But it was just like, what? So I ended up next to this couple because there were so many seats filled, even in the handicap row. And this couple of old, two ladies, they were like kind of middle aged, and they were literally talking, explaining shit in the movies. So like, oh, they're murdering them. Yeah, bitch. That's what they just said in the movie. Why do you do that? Someone would get like brutally injured or something would happen to them. Like, oh, and not even like, oh, the movie's trying to make you react that way. No, they're just like overreacting. They were like talking about stuff. There was like they were just saying, oh, this is how it begins. Whatever, just shit. Like they just commentary of the movie. I wanted to tell them to shut the fuck up, but I'm so scared of that now because people get so weird now. So I just didn't bother. But God, they were horrible. It's a really good. So yeah, so that was my experience watching this movie, which makes me want to go and watch it again, so I can actually really go and really enjoy it. But however, I still really enjoyed this movie. This was an excellently paced movie. I, for an over 3 hour movie, really didn't feel the runtime other than I think maybe 15 minutes or so could have been trimmed just a little bit. This is a very well edited movie. It's got a great sound design to it. Like there were some moments where just certain sound effects in the background were just really popping. It just sounded really good. It's got a really succinct direction to it. Scorsese did a great job with that. And this is just a really heart-pounding, emotional story about these people who are just doing this horrible thing to this community of these people and just all the shit going on because they want money, they want power, they want these things. It's just horrible. But it was, and Scorsese always does what he does best. He takes these sick, horrible people, shines a little light on him, makes us understand that what makes them tick, and you love to hate him, and you're always super engaged in it. He does it with Goodfellas. He does it with Taxi Driver. He does it with all of his movies to an extent. It was really interesting. And yeah, and then you got Leonardo DiCaprio's performance, which is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite performances from him. He talks with this accent of the time and place of where this movie's set, and if you didn't tell me that was Leonardo DiCaprio, I still would have been told by how he looked, but I also might have been convinced that was not him. Because that accent he does it so well. He sounds nothing like Leonardo DiCaprio at all. It's really good. And then Robert De Niro kind of had a similar thing to him, but at least Robert De Niro was, at times he sounded like Robert De Niro. Leonardo DiCaprio was unrecognizable. I rarely ever want actors to get nominations after they win an Oscar. These two deserve it here. They're fantastic. Just absolutely great in their roles. One incredible movie.